pretty well. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to press return, and we have another div that we're going to wrap here because this bottom portion where we have flavors, we have vegetarian, and we have takeout, I like to call that the teaser section. So what I'm going to do, just to make it a little bit easier, I'll put a return here to give us a little bit of room. And I'm going to highlight this whole section, and we're going to wrap this as well. So we'll click wrap tag, and I'm going to type div ID, and then we're going to give this a name as well. And I'm going to call this section teaser. And I'll press return, and you can see now we've wrapped that with the teaser div tag. And again, just for visual clarity, I'm going to put a couple returns in here so we can see what's going on. And now we have a couple other small things to do. Each one of these sections here, so from the H2 to H6, you can see we have 1, 2, 3. We're going to wrap them in their own individual tag as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the wrap tag, and we're going to type div ID, and we're going to give this a name of box. Okay, nothing special here, just the name box. And as I said before, it's helpful to put a unique name in here for the div IDs. But what I'm going to do is for the following sections here, I'm going to call each one of them a box as well. So I'm just going to highlight the next section, wrap the tag, again, div ID box, and that wraps that one accordingly also. Again, so I'll just clean this up a little bit, and we'll do the last one here for takeout. We're going to wrap that tag, div ID equals box, and now we've wrapped that one as well. Now, that's kind of a unique section because all of those boxes that we created are going to appear in the same way. So that's why I intentionally named them the same thing. Now, one last thing here, down here at the very bottom, we have a P tag, and that's where our footer is going to be. And I'm actually going to highlight that, and I've intentionally left this outside of this opening container div. And you'll see why once we start formatting this content with CSS. So with this footer selected, I'm going to wrap that tag. I'm going to type div ID equals, and we'll give it a name of footer, which makes a lot of sense. And once again, if we want to clean this up just a little bit, we can do so. I just like to do this so I can visually see where my divs begin and end. Now, if I switch over to Design View, you're going to notice that there's some things that have changed. You can see now that we've got these boxes that have been displayed in Design View that are kind of wrapping these individual areas. And what these boxes are our div tags. Now, they're not always super easy to select in Design View, but if you hover your cursor over one of these, you should be able to click on the div, and it'll tell you which div is being selected down here in your tag inspector. And you can see this as you come up here and you click in the different areas, it'll highlight the respective div that the content is contained within. As you've seen here, div tags can be applied very easily to your content. And although they haven't done much up to this point visually, when we apply some CSS formatting to our page, these div tags will provide a method by which we can format each section individually.